Then Matthew was 38. Oh no, Matthew 5:38.
5:38.
5:38.
We're on the
It
second
says,
mile now.
okay. Yeah.
What do you say?
The second part, is that what you meant? Second mile.
Mine says go the second mile.
Oh, that's what it says. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Johnny's has really nice headings. Mine doesn't have the headings. Like some Bibles don't have the headings at all. So, but it's interesting, the headings. They were put on after, as you can tell, but they do give you a nice, and then sometimes you wonder where
Overview.
they got them for. Who,
Sometimes.
what were the person thinking? Thank you, Jesus. Guide us. All right.
Uh, so I'll start at 37 just to bring it in because I might think it might tie in. But let
Okay.
your yes be yes and your no be no. For whatever is more than these is from the evil one. You have heard that it was said, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. This is Hammurabi's code.
What did you say at the end there?
That's Hammurabi's code, which
Oh,
is the set of laws that they had before this.
oh, sorry. Okay, I got you. I understand what you're saying now. Okay.
And it was more of like if you stole from somebody, they would cut your hand off.
Right, right. And if
But
you
like
read the Exodus and Leviticus where God gave them the law, it was like, they explained that in very detail with.
with that, then there's also like maybe the way that Gandhi had described it, but like, well, not everybody, not Gandhi, a lot of people, but not an eye for an eye. Like if you're just reacting to everybody, eventually everybody is gonna go blind. If an eye for an eye, eventually the whole world will go blind
Oh wow. I see what you're saying.
because you're gonna run out of eyes.
Right. There's only so many eyes. I see what you're saying.
But I tell you not to resist an evil person, but
Mm.
whoever slaps you on your right cheek, turn the other all to him also. If anyone wants to sue you and take away your tunic, let him have your tunic also. And whoever compels you to go 1 mile, go with him 2. Give to him who asks you. From him who wants to borrow from you, do not turn away. So,
Wow. I just had how your heading said go the extra mile. I see verse 41. I never seen that before.
right. And it is going the second mile is very important because sometimes you'll go the first mile with the other person, and then the other person won't even finish the second mile.
So if you go the second mile, you
You'll
would.
start to realize how short people's patience are.
Not
And
quite sure.
nowadays, if you do go the second mile, most people won't even make it back with you.
Oh wow.
They will get tired
Now
before
are
you
you
do. Talking from experience,
with physical miles? Or are you talking about other stuff?
both.
All right. Okay.
So if somebody sues you to take away your tunic, most likely they are having a vendetta against you, unless it's for some reason, but they're trying to take away your stuff,
Right, right.
which means they're trying to validate their own feelings by taking away your stuff so they have it. So therefore you have less and they have more. And so at the end of the day, what are you to do? They're not going to stop until they have. So you
You're
might as well.
close also.
Yeah, and the process of maybe standing up for yourself in a situation, the benefit of you standing up for yourself in the situation may not be part of God's plan. And
Mm,
sometimes we have to take our pride and
right.
whatnot that you have, and you have to take that out, throw it out the window, not yours.
Right, your pride. Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes you just gotta take that second slap
Yeah.
and live to fight another day.
Wow.
Because listen, the God of the Old Testament's still in there. And if we're gonna think about this as battle, you know, God may let you be defeated by your enemy one day, but at the end of the war, it will be their heads on pikes, not yours.
Right. God knows the end of the story, right? And he,
Right. And I think that's supposed to like us having faith in the moment and maybe losing a short temporary feeling or battle may lead to overall better things. But we
yeah,
don't know that because in the moment we're too caught up in it to let anything go. Because sometimes those things become everything if it's important enough.
it can become our idols.
Right. And it can happen in
Yeah,
a second.
yeah, it's true. No, no, you're totally right. We can,
As somebody questions like a belief of yours and you like hold on to it, it's like you if it's not based in what it should be, yeah, it's almost like idolatry.
yeah, well,
Or like if somebody tries to repossess your car. Bro, your car is getting repossessed for a reason.
right.
Doesn't just happen. But at the end of the
No,
day, maybe swallow your pride, let your car get taken, and figure out another situation.
right. Exactly.
Who
Because then,
knows? Like I said, that's the way I think of it.
but it can be right. It can be really daunting at the moment. But then God finds a way to get buses or rides or whatever in that situation, and then you build back up and you get a different car.
Right.
And
Yeah,
it,
and I do apologize. I make jest of it a lot, but at the end of the day, when you have some faith, you can laugh at some of this stuff a little bit because it's not as bad as you would think it would be. But in the moment, it absolutely does suck.
it does. It does. And if you look even at whatever age you are, you look a few years back at the stuff you worried about, and you're like,
Yeah,
you know,
doesn't
so
even
it,
enter my mind.
yeah,
Because, like, yeah, as things come up, and if you're growing the way that you're supposed to be, should be like constructive and should build on past experiences. So, like, you should be growing, but also reaffirming past information to make sure that you're still doing it.
right. It gives you wisdom.
Yeah, it's the wisdom part of the self-correction process.
Yeah. Thank you, Lord, right?
Yeah.
Um, now it's um
And then love your enemies is the next section.
yes.
You have heard that it was said, you shall love your neighbor and hate your enemy. But I say to you, love your enemies.
Mhm.
Bless those who curse you. Do good to those who hate you, and pray for those who spitefully use you and persecute you, that you may be sons of your fathers in heaven, for he makes his sun rise on the evil and on the good, and sends the rain on just and on the unjust. What's up here? So, other people doing bad things and using you for intentions, reasons that you should let people do it. They think they know better than everybody, and you let them keep doing it and just see what God does with it. Never know. It's just an idea.
I understand. I understand.
They don't know.
Yeah.
They have no idea. They think they know how it's going to turn out.
Right. Right. Exactly. But our God. Thank you, Lord.
Things are not always as they appear,
Exactly.
even to the wise.
Yes. Well, because who's really wise?
Even bad people can be wise.
Yes. Yes.
They're
They can
usually the smarter ones.
sometimes, right? Probably a lot of times, but smart in the world smart as a
Yes, worldly smarts.
yes.
I mean,
doesn't
other
know.
smarts as well. Everybody goes
Right.
through things.
Yes, exactly. Yes. They have they're going through their battle too. So our perspective is different because we're on the other side.
Right. And our journeys are never over. Like as
Yes,
far as we think, you know, you have up until the point that you die.
exactly. And then like he said, we have to love and bless those, pray for them, I imagine, bless them.
And
And
it
put,
is important. And sometimes, like in the beginning, can it be a little spiteful? You gotta do what you gotta do. But like eventually, can it come to a place of actual peace where you are actually wishing good things upon them? Yeah.
yeah,
But in the beginning, it's difficult.
yes,
Right, you
yes,
have like real injustices that people have done against you, and you have real feelings that keep you up at night and like make you think certain things. Like it's not easy things to get over. And like forgiveness and forgiving yourself
forgiveness is
at the end of the
right,
day, it's not an easy process. I mean, it can be, but it's as easy as you make it.
right. But you're right that in that 40 4 and 45, like it is that forgiveness that you would need to be able to do and bless them in a way.
Because it's forgiving them for everything, but everything is a lot. Because like the bad things that they're doing, like your enemy is actively going out of his way to like undermine you or do whatever to you like
Right,
specifically he's your enemy, he's not anybody
r-
else's enemy, he could be somebody else's friend.
right,
But like
probably.
this is saying that you guys hold a certain relationship and you're forgiving them for their ideas and their intentions and everything else and their actions, because you can forgive somebody but again, unless they die or you come to like some kind of agreement or there's resolution in some way, like that problem is not gonna usually take care of itself unless it's part of an overall plan that we're not aware of.
Yeah. You mean like God is working something stuff out, right?
Right. In the background. And it can
Yes,
be
yes,
like,
yes, yes.
if
Because
you're
we don't
not,
know the future in that.
well, maybe if you're not honest to yourself at the end of the day, how do you really know how it's going to turn out, anyways? No
Right. We don't
idea.
know. A lot of times we don't know.
Well, if I'm plotting somebody else's downfall, I'm probably working on some false premises,
Yeah.
which ultimately leads to a false end picture because it's probably not going to work out the way that I wanted to, unless I do 100% of what I need to. So, is it possible for me to do it? Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's the
Well,
intentions behind it.
yes. Well, God, this is the whole chapter is talking about, or this part, these parts are talking about the heart, right? So your intentions.
Right. Yes. Your intentions within your heart, because that's where it begins. And now we're
Yeah.
full circle.
Now we're full circle. Yes. Yes.
For if you love those who love you, what reward will you? What reward have you?
Right. Because that's easy, right?
Yeah. Do not even the tax collectors do the same? It's like, yeah, all those tax collectors that you don't like, you're doing the same thing.
Yes. And they love those who love them, right? That's what
Right.
poor tax collectors get a bad rap in here. Probably like and no offense, but like politicians or what we would think of someone that or politicians. I know politicians aren't all bad or anything, but the people that get a bad rap are like the tax collectors back here, you know? Well, I guess the IRS is still good, maybe.
I think they do have a rap.
Oh, maybe it's still the same. No, so 47.
Oh, uh, 47? Oh, 40. If you love, oh yeah. And if you greet your brethren only, what do you do more than others? Do not even the collectors do so?
So greet is like, friends, your friends in my side note or bottom footnote, it says friends. Like if your friends, if you greet your friends, like if you're
You just,
good to your friends,
okay.
good morning. Like you don't the tax collectors do the same to their friends. I think that's what it
Right.
means.
Even people that you don't like live lives that are so similar to yours.
Right.
And whatever you're going through, they're probably going through something pretty similar.
Mhm. I know. Wow.
Therefore, you shall be perfect, just as your Father in heaven is perfect.
Wow. That's something to ponder about.
That's it. Made in the image of God.
I know.
But
Lord,
by his actions is he perfect.
he is in the tax collector or us or
Us. I
us,
think
yeah.
the goal of us.
I mean, that's our goal, but Jesus, I mean, that's what we should be always trying to achieve is perfect like God, right?
Right. Should be
Yeah.
the goal, yes. To be. And those are the instructions that are being given to us. And it's
Yeah.
up to us to put them together.
Yes, Lord, help us. We think peace.
Yeah, I think I have a little bit more peace within myself. I hope everybody else has been able to find a little bit. I know.
Yes.